Hey, you may know Judah Friedlander from his work on 30 Rock, playing one of the comedy show writers Frank, but Judah is also constantly touring his comedy routine and has now published a book kind of based on that comedy routine, a self-help novel called How to Beat Up Anybody. And here to break down how to beat up anybody is the world champion, Judah Friedlander. How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. Nice to see you.
Thanks for taking some time coming in, man.
Yeah, I got to correct you right up front. It's not a novel.
This
is all truth. It's just an instructional manual on how to make yourself better at karate.
How long have you been working on this?
About 7 years.
No way.
Yep.
So is this knowledge that you had to write this book, has this come over time, or did you always have this knowledge?
Yeah, no, it came over time. I first learned karate when I was 13. I was in federal prison in China for a crime I didn't commit, and I learned from other inmates. Yeah. So now, you know, I'm the greatest martial artist in the world, and I wrote this book to give back to society so that people can protect themselves.
Before I dive into some of the highlights of the book,
Sure.
I want to ask you about the world champion. Do you have to go each year and take the crown, or is like once you won it, it's like an eternity? You're always the world champion.
Actually, it's the world championships happen about 50 times a year. You get a call from the commissioner of the world championships, and the world championships are basically karate death matches. Yeah. And then you have 30 minutes to show up to the world championship, and it's held at different cities all over the planet, and you only have 30 minutes to get there. And if you don't get there, you forfeit the title. It's not like the Olympics, you know, which I don't really think much of, where it's, you know, it's once every 4 years.
Yeah.
You know where and when it is. There's so much time to prepare for it, you know.
So you
in fighting and street fights, you know, you don't have time to prepare for those. You don't know when they're going to happen. You always have to be prepared. Same with the world championships.
So you're always in training, getting ready for the next one.
Yeah. It's a year-round sport. It's not a once every 4 years sport like the javelin.
Do you have like the go-to move that you always use? Like, do your opponents know coming in what you're gonna whip out?
They have no idea. I always change it. I always mix it up, and I'm always inventing new moves. I just invented a new move, a new karate move. I can't show it to you now.
Can you tell us about it at least?
Well, I can only do it at 3:20 a.m. on a full moon. It has to do with the Earth's rotation.
And how did you come up with this move?
Just on that night, playing around.
Really?
Yeah, that's the only time it works, though.
What's your favorite move in the book?
Well, there's some language-wise I'm not sure if you would like me to say.
Well, we got somebody downstairs in the beepers.
But
so.
yeah, I would say there's a. It's not kicking someone in the nuts.
Yeah.
It's actually kicking someone between the nuts.
Why is that?
Well, think about it, okay? This is a special technique for ninjas. If you kick a ninja in the nut, you can actually just make him more angry. All right? So you want to kick a ninja between the nuts really hard so that all the fluid empties out of his sac and travels up to his head, and then his brain drowns in scrotum juice.
Now, is this something? Did you kick a ninja in the improper spot, and they came back, and that's when you realized that you need to kick them in that?
I saw other people doing it. I saw other people doing it. I was like, okay, this doesn't work. I need to invent a new move, and that's what I did.
What about? I read this book. I learn how to beat up anybody. I come across somebody else who has also read this book.
Yeah, you can still beat up that person. It's that good.
No, you're going to say that same thing to that person that's about to beat up me.
I would say whoever read it better. And the other thing you got to realize, each one of these books is different. This book was not mass-produced. Each one of these books was handwritten and foot-written by me. Okay?
Really?
So whatever book you're holding in your hands,
did you actually write this underwater?
Yeah, the whole book. Yeah, I actually have a photo proving that at the end of the book, where I actually wrote this whole book underwater in one sitting, 7 years.
One of the highlights for me is you can actually also, if you read the book, but you can also go to your karate academy.
Yeah, I have my own karate academy.
Tell us about your karate academy, though.
Yeah, it is, well, I've never had a student, and that's why I wrote the book. It is the best karate school in the world, but because there's no entrance, it's just a solid brick wall. No one's been able to get in.
How do you get in?
You have to karate kick your way through a 10-foot solid brick wall, and then I'll be waiting in the middle of the classroom to beat you up.
And nobody has ever gone in before.
That'll be your first lesson. Yeah, nobody's gotten in yet. So I wrote the book. I want to help people. I want to give back to society.
Yeah, there's some techniques here. There's your diet.
Yeah. Nutrition is very important.
Okay,
and I don't like to use the word nutrition. That confuses people. It's a big word with a lot of syllables. So I call it eating.
Yeah.
And the key is to eat more calories. More calories equals more power in your punches.
There's a pizza sandwich.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
That's the main thing? Okay.
It has kielbasa in it, tuna fish, and baked pigeon. So you get land meat, sea meat, and air meat. And when you eat all those proteins, you also get those animals fighting technology.
And there's some American cheese in there as well.
Yes, American cheese.
That is valuable. We're running out of time, but quickly I want to know what the world champion thinks of your neighbors to the north. What do you think of us Canadians?
You know, I like Canada a lot.
Yeah.
It's a great country, good food. You know, poutine probably should be coming down to America more. You should think about exporting that. America, you know, we have our problems. I know Canadians sometimes look down on America. We have our problems, but look, we're still one of the top 3 countries in North America, okay?
There you go.
We're still hanging in there.
There you go.
And that's one of the reasons I wrote this book, to help America get better and the whole world just get better.
Judah Friedlander, thank you very much. How to Beat Up Anybody is now available everywhere, and you can also see Judah on 30 Rock every Thursday night at 8:30 on NBC. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
I've already read it, and I've taken down some people.
I can already tell you're stronger.
There you go. Don't go anywhere. There's lots more good times coming up on Inside Jam right after this.